South Dakota, serving those who serve us matters to me for a very personal reason. My family is saturated with military members. Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force, you name it. I was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, while my dad was serving in the 82nd Airborne. He got out not too long afterward, but not before he earned his jump master and his jump wings in Canada and Great Britain. My sister, Kendra, put herself through school on an Air Force ROTC scholarship. She then went to the Air Force Institute of Technology, where she earned 2 master's degrees and finished out her commitment at the National Air and Space Intelligence Center. Her husband, my brother-in-law, Justin, also put himself through school on an Air Force ROTC scholarship. He deployed both to Iraq and Afghanistan. On my mom's side, my uncle Dave put himself through school on a ROTC scholarship for the Army. He served in the 82nd Airborne and deployed to the First Persian Gulf War. My Uncle Jay originally enlisted as a mechanic in the Air Force, and he served on the border of Vietnam and Cambodia and in Europe. After a 30-year career, he retired from the Air Force Recruiting School as commandant. My grandfather started school in Brookings and enlisted in the Marines in 1941. He was part of a group that left the Marines and joined the Navy. After considerable training, he received his commission and took command of his LCT. He spent the rest of the war in the Pacific. My grandma served in the Army Nurse Corps. She joined to support the war effort and trained at Methodist State Hospital in Mitchell. The war ended before she graduated, but in the meantime, she nursed many returning soldiers. On my dad's side, my Uncle Wayne enlisted in the Air Force and spent a tour in Guam. He gave my dad his first salute, and yes, he earned his silver dollar. My grandpa enlisted and served in the Army for World War II, working logistics to ensure that service members abroad had what they needed. He remained in the reserves for many years afterward. My husband enlisted in the Army right out of high school and served in the 505 Parachute Infantry Regiment, 82nd Airborne Division. On my husband's side, his brother Jeff enlisted in the Army and starting in 2003 in Iraq, served as a tanker with the 4th Infantry Division. He has completed an additional 4 combat tours. Tim's grandpa, Norbert Masterlark, enlisted in the Army for World War II and served as both rifleman and squad leader in the 32nd Infantry Division. He fought in multiple campaigns in the South Pacific. And Uncle Buck, our old school paratrooper. We don't know many details about him, but the pictures suggest one wild ride. Military service is deeply personal to me. I know that our military service members and their families commit a special service to this country. South Dakota, we have a proud tradition of our military, and my commitment to you and your family is no different than my commitment to my family. In me, you will always have a proud voice and a fierce advocate for our service members, past, present, and future. Paid for by Borglum for U.S. Senate.